Hey, what's up, everybody? I am going to do a classic rock reaction. This is Led Zeppelin, man. Led Zeppelin from the fourth album, song being Going to California. Before I pop this off, man, I just wanted to say thank you, give a shout out to Kathy Nash. Kathy, thanks very much, man. Thanks for the link. I appreciate it. And also the instructions that I'm really going to enjoy this tune, and it's going to take me on a trip. So you've already got me hyped. All right, man. So let's do this. Led Zeppelin, Going to California. Going to California. Let's get it. It's very mellow.
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind, make a new start, going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair.
Nice acoustics. It's already making my mind soar.
Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that we're all the same. Oh, the sea was red and the sky was gray. I wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. The mountains and the canyons started to tremble and shake. The children of the sun began to wait. Watch out. It seems that the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose and it started to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach it in time. I'll meet you up there and the path runs straight and high.
He's having an internal strife with himself about something.
To find a queen without a king, they say she plays guitar and cries and sings. La la la. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never been born.
Side a white mare in the footsteps of dawn.
Standing on the hill in the mountain of dreams, telling myself it's not as hard as it seems.
Sight a white mare in the footsteps of dawn. I think that's symbolism for trying to find the perfect woman. Oh, that was short, man. Led Zeppelin, Going to California. That was a little on the short side, but good as hell, though. Holy. Man, this tune took me way off on the other side of the orbit somewhere, man. Holy. Side a white mare in the footsteps of dawn. That line is sticking in my head. Is it some sort of symbolic phrase to mean that he's trying to find something good, something pure that might not exist. Is that what that means? Am I reading too much into it? Let me know. Let me know if I'm in the ballpark or if I'm way off. Overall, I get the idea that he is, he was in a relationship that he didn't like. He drank all of his wine, so he was not happy. He wanted to go to California, start new, and now he's seeking a good relationship. Now he's seeking something better. Yeah, I think overall the song is about moving, and the part about the mountains were trembling and shaking, I think it's symbolizing an internal struggle. When you're casting off the old and looking for something new, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of strife. It's not easy to make a change, and there's a lot of internal turbulence and turmoil that you go through, but you have to push through it. I think that's what that part meant. But yeah, the white mirror and the footsteps of dawn, that part, I think he's looking for something good, something pure that might not exist. Yeah, I can't overanalyze. Anyway, let me know if I'm in the ballpark there. Let me know if I'm missing anything about this song. Great song, man. Holy, good vocals, of course. The acoustics, man, are really, really excellent. And what else can I say about this song? Even though it doesn't have the Led Zeppelin thunderous sound, the regular Led Zeppelin thunder, it still has a very strong signature of Led Zeppelin. There's still a strong signature sound there. It's found somewhere in the middle of the playing of the instruments and the vocals of Robert Plant. Even without the thunder being present, there's still a signature familiar sound, a signature Zeppelin sound there, even without the thunder being present. And hey, man, that's great. These guys, man, they got some great diversity. And how many artists wish that they had diversity like this, that they could literally flip sides, go from thunderous to the whisper, light and shade, thunder to the whisper, and back and forth. Very few can probably do that. And these guys have a command of both sides. They can exist on either side of the spectrum. And that's really, really saying a lot about their mastery of their art, their skills, their musicianship, and as well their ability to create and compose is very, very excellent, very diverse. I mean, these guys, did was it 8 albums or 9 albums? So they really had a great creative itch, and they certainly weren't, and forgive me for my ignorance of old, they certainly weren't just a flash in a pan, just a good-looking band with a couple of, popular commercial songs. No, looking below the surface of that iceberg, they have just so much more. And this song, I gotta say this about this song. First off, how in the hell have I not heard it? And secondly, why is it not as popular a mainstay as Stairway to Heaven? It stands shoulder to shoulder with the likes of, famous folk songs, the stuff that the Byrds have done, or the stuff that Cat Stevens has done, Morning Has Broken. It stands shoulder to shoulder with great tunes like that. So why Or maybe it's because, in my growing up, I wasn't exposed. Maybe it does have a lot of radio play, but I've never heard it played on the radio. I've heard Stairway to Heaven, I've heard Rock and Roll, I've heard Black Dog, I've heard Morning Has Broken by Cat Stevens a lot, Crosby, Stills and Nash, but no, man, I haven't heard this song on the radio. Why doesn't it have a lot of radio play? Because it's a great song. It tells an excellent story, creates a great visual in your mind, takes you on a little bit of a trip. Fantastic tune, man. Maybe it's because the thunder isn't there, and so maybe Led Zeppelin might have been typecast at some point that, okay, yeah, this song, it's just an acoustic song, it's just a ballad, and we've got enough ballads around there, we don't need that from Led Zeppelin, we're just going to go with the thunder. Could it be that? Could it be that this song suffered because it didn't have the thunder in it? Let me know about that. Maybe that's the case. And it's maybe fitting with the same thing about the Rain song. I wondered the same thing about the Rain song. The Rain song had a little bit of thunder, but maybe not enough. And now I'm thinking also about No Quarter. These are songs that I've never heard. And I wonder to myself, why? Maybe it's because they're all a touch too mellow, and they just didn't have enough thunder or no thunder at all. Let me know about that. Let me know if I'm right or if I'm way off. There might have been something else. I don't know. All right, man. So I'm gonna do a little quick read on the band, introduce the band, and then a little quick read on the song, and go from there, man. So Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy guitar-driven sound has led them to be cited as one of the progenitors of heavy metal. Their style drew from a wide variety of influences, including blues, psychedelia, and folk music. Led Zeppelin are widely considered one of the most successful, innovative, and influential rock groups in history. They are one of the best-selling music artists in the history of audio recording. Various sources estimate the group's record sales at 200 to 300 million units worldwide. With RIAA certified sales of 111.5 million units, they are the third best-selling band in the US. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. The museum's biography of the band states that they were as influential during the 1970s as the Beatles were during the 1960s. Fantastic accolade, man. Alright, so Going to California. Going to California is a ballad written and performed by English rock band Led Zeppelin. It was released from the band's untitled fourth album in 1971. In 2012, Rolling Stone ranked Going to California number 11 on their list of the 40 greatest Led Zeppelin songs of all time. Wow, see, look, that's pretty high up there, man. The song's folk-style sound, with Robert Plant on lead vocals, acoustic guitar by Jimmy Page, and mandolin by John Paul Jones, contrasts with the heavy electric amplified rock on 5 of the album's other tracks. Yeah, I have a feeling that this song suffered because it didn't have thunder in it. That's my theory. Let me know if I'm close, if I'm right. The song started out as a song about Californian earthquakes, and when Jimmy Page, audio engineer Andy Johns, and band manager Peter Grant traveled to Los Angeles to mix Led Zeppelin 4, they coincidentally experienced a minor earthquake. In part, this came from a poem Jimmy wrote on a notebook. He found it a while later and branched off from there. It was also inspired by Joni Mitchell's California. Jimmy Page and Robert Plant were huge fans of hers. When performed live, after the lines, quote, "To find a queen without a king, they say she plays guitar and cries and sings," Plant would often say the name Joni. At this point, it was known as Guide to California. In an interview he gave to Spin magazine in 2002, Plant stated that the song, quote, "might be a bit embarrassing at times lyrically, but it did sum up a period of my life when I was 22, unquote. Yeah, that goes back to that line I'm looking for. I think that at 22, he was probably embracing the idea of finding the perfect woman, and that mare that he mentions, I think it's representing that perfect woman. Beside a white mare in the footsteps of dawn. At Led Zeppelin concerts, the band performed this song during their acoustic sets, first playing it on their spring 1971 tour of the UK. One live version from Led Zeppelin's performance at Earl's Court in 1975 is featured on disc 2 of the Led Zeppelin DVD and again on the Mothership DVD. It was performed on Plant's solo tours during the 88 to 89 at the Newport Silver Clef Show in 1990. He played it again on his Mighty Rearranger tour with additions of a double bass and synthesizer. Alright, man. So that is the Wikipedia song fact info on this excellent song, man. Wow. Excellent in the capacity of a ballad. Definitely one of those cool, rare exceptions again. And excellent in the capacity of the acoustic folk signature sound. Two things that I have been so far removed from in my upbringing and in the genre that I grew up listening to and embracing more. Man, Led Zeppelin is one of those bands who have stretched me so far away from my origins. It's unbelievable. And some of my friends who are still into the R&B, they're like, "Yo, man, what is this you're listening to?" So it's been quite something. Pink Floyd too. Pink Floyd has really, really stretched me way the hell out there. I'm still sad about my Pink Floyd content, man. Anyway, I'm not even going to get onto that because it's going to turn into a sad song and a rant. So I'm going to leave the Pink Floyd thing alone. Anyway, man, so Going to California, what a fantastic tune. And the vocals are very, very simple, and they're very, I'll use the word honest and relatable in what he's seeking, what he wants, what he desires the most. And even at the young, tender age of 22, he, I think, is singing from a position of personal yearning. Even at 22, you are looking and you're seeking for that perfect lady, that perfect relationship, So I think that's why Plant was saying that it was a little bit on the embarrassing side, because he was exposing himself, exposing what's on the inside of his soul. And it's always a little bit embarrassing, but hey, man, you're an artist, so we get it, and we appreciate you sharing that part of yourself. Excellent tune, man. I gotta say, now I'm perplexed all the more now that I'm reading more into it and getting more of an appreciation for it. The question is now coming back to me. Answer this for me, man. Why have I not heard this song? Why have I not heard it on the radio? Why is it not as prevalent as, I'm going to go back to Cat Stevens again, Morning Has Broken. Why is it not as known as that particular song when you compare them that it's just as good? Answer that for me. And yeah, let me know if there's something there that I'm missing. You never know, right? Sometimes in the background there could be strifes with labeling and licensing and publishing and all kinds of turbulence along the course of getting a song to us. And sometimes it might miss that perfect space of opportunity when it was its moment to shine, and that moment has now passed it by. So I know that a lot of songs suffer from that sort of thing. A lot of movies suffer from that sort of thing. So maybe it is has to do with just strategics like that. Let me know, man, if you know your history, your Led Zeppelin history, specifically about this particular song. Answer that question for me. Why is it not as household of a name as Morning Has Broken? I want to know that. All right, man. So let me just check my notes here before I bounce, man. No, I don't have any notes, but I just wanted to say thank you very much to my patrons for your support, and also for being on time with your votes. And as you're aware by now, the artist of the month is Jimi Hendrix. So please let me know what your recommendations are for Jimi Hendrix. I should probably have the first reaction out, but all the same, if I do not, let me know what your reactions are. Send me some links, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me, man. Have a good one, and I'll see you in my next Led Zeppelin reaction. Peace out.